We good. You ready?
I'm excited. Who are we talking to?
We're talking to everybody.
Okay.
Everybody gonna see this. Probably. I don't know. Maybe it's trying to go be like 20 people.
That's fine. We're ready.
We ready. You feel me? All 20 or 20,000.
20 or 20,000 doesn't
It don't matter. You know what I mean? We good.
That's Snappy? That's Snappy!
Anyways, we ready. And to get started, I gotta introduce you.
I like to be introduced.
I should have like written down like some bullet points. Introduce you like
My name?
Name.
Okay.
That's it. I want to give you like a WWE style.
Where am I from? I'm from. Okay. My name?
All right. Her name's Anaja Newsom.
Yep.
All right. And where are you from? Let me tell you.
I'm from Slidell, Louisiana.
She's from Slidell, Louisiana.
And if no one knows where that is, I'm from New Orleans.
She's from how you supposed to say it though? Like
New Orleans.
New Orleans? Ain't it New Orleans?
No.
Come on, don't say it.
That's why.
No, don't do it.
It's New Orleans, Louisiana. That's where I'm from.
New Orleans. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, like we just stated, the first part might get deleted, but it might not.
I think
that was good, right?
We gotta keep that.
All right, cool. So we're here with Anaja Newsom from New Orleans, Louisiana. I forgot. Slidell? Slidell, Louisiana. All right, cool. Let me look fancy. Let me get.
I crossed my legs.
Yeah, let me get it too.
Because I'm a little bit classy.
Shit, let me do it too. All right, cool. So let's get. I guess tell us a little bit about yourself, like just a little bit more about yourself and your name and where you're from.
Okay.
It could be related to weightlifting or just life in general.
Yeah, life. You know, I'm a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll.
Okay.
So, like, there's the weightlifting side of me, but then there's also, like, all these other things that I like to do. So I'm a PhD student.
Okay.
Hopefully for not much longer. Like, my goal is by the time you release this, I will not be a PhD student.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't plan on holding on to this for too long.
Okay.
So.
Anyway, so I'm a PhD student.
Okay.
I'm wrapping up at the University of South Florida. And I study exercise psychology and behavior change. And my biggest goal is to make exercise a part of everyone's life.
Okay.
You don't have to be an Olympic weightlifter, though that the barbell is what I love.
Okay.
I just want people to exercise, feel good, be healthy, and I know that it has so many benefits for like mental health and wellness and spiritual health and like relationships. Like I have some of my deepest connections and best friends through sport and exercise, and I just believe I want that for everybody.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm studying. I'm a cat mom. I'm a wife.
Recently though, right? The cat. How'd that happen? Like.
Because
when I went to your house, there was no cat there last time I went to your house.
Yep.
And now there's a cat.
And now there's a cat. So Levi, he was a stray kitty.
Okay.
And I was a garage gym athlete per the other 90% of America during quarantine. And every day at 3 o'clock I would go out and train. And this little guy would just show up, and he was so tiny and so cute, and he would just sit there and watch. And then eventually he would like come in the garage and sit in the corner and watch.
Oh, really?
And
man.
Yeah, and then so like, then I would start bringing out like water and stuff for him, and he would just like be so appreciative of the water, and then he would just show up every day. And one day I was sitting on my back porch writing, and he showed up behind there and started meowing at me, and I was like, okay, you're staying. And my husband comes out, he goes, "You have a cat now?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Does he have a name?"
Did you give him the name like on the spot or?
It took about a day or so. Like we took him and like got him checked out. I wanted to see if he belonged to anyone, like he had like a chip or anything like that, and he didn't. And we went and made sure that he was healthy, and like he was just so loving. Like usually stray cats they don't like people.
Usually cats don't like people.
Well, he doesn't like people.
Okay.
He's rude and very disrespectful. Because he's a cat.
Yeah.
But like he would just, he gravitated towards us, and you could tell that he had been a part of someone's family and had been abandoned, because he literally would not leave our side. He needed to have us in his eyesight at all
So
times.
make sure you don't disappear. I'm like, okay.
And so he just became a part of our family, and he probably he came around Christmas is when we got him. Finally brought him in, and I feel like he just did something for like me and my life and my spirit and my health, and like I felt happier.
Okay.
And he just does things that just makes me laugh. Like I could have the worst day, and then he would come and just like fall out in front of me wanting pets and like
just brighten you up.
That's just, I'm just like, yep, that's what I'm here for.
Okay, cool. Well, congratulations on your kitty. I haven't met Levi yet, but
Mr. Kitty.
he looks cool on Instagram.
I try to make him look cool.
Okay.
He does like pictures. When he sees that phone,
Oh, he's on it?
he's ready.
Okay.
He's ready. Kind of like me. You know, I see a camera and I'm like, I'm ready.
Yeah, I see. I'm almost ready.
You're always ready though.
I am always ready.
You're always ready.
I like that.
You're ready. You don't have to get
ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
Olympic lifting.
Yeah, just tell us, I guess, the story of what got you interested in weightlifting. Like, was there something that happened where it was like, you know what, I need to check this sport out?
No. I was supporting a former graduate assistant of mine, former student of mine, had just gotten her Olympic weightlifting certification, and she was coaching at a local gym when I was in Tampa. She's like, hey, come check out a class. And I'm like, sure, I'll support you. The snatch and the clean and jerk, like I had done it in CrossFit, but it wasn't really like something that I was interested in.
Okay.
But my supporting her, it turned into me like wanting to get better, and like I was like, I'm not good at this. Like I want to get better. Like I was awful. I look back at some of my old videos and I'm like, why did I post that?
It was just part of the journey.
It was a part of the journey.
It was part of the journey. Now you could look back and be like, damn,
I was like, God, I got better. Thank God. But yeah, so it was truly in just wanting to support her, and she was venturing out, and I was like, hey, yeah, I'll try something new. And it became something that I wanted to improve on. I, joined OLY Concepts and then got into coaching, and I just fell in love with the sport. Just being in the atmosphere, being in the community, it helped me help other people, and it made me feel like I had a purpose.
And how long have you been like lifting and or coaching? Like did it happen at the same time, or is it no?
No. I started lifting just for fun, purely recreational, about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I competed for the first time about a year after that, so maybe about 4 years ago.
Do you remember your first competition?
I do. It was rough.
How rough are we talking? Are we talking like 046 or
no.
Okay, good. So it wasn't that rough.
I went 3 for 6.
Okay.
I went 3 for 6, and I just couldn't understand why they kept giving me a red light. My coach at the time was like, you cannot do this and press out the bar. And I was like, you just tell me how to get it over my head. And I could not, like, I was like, I cheered every time I walked out, and he was like, that wasn't a good lift.
Now let me ask you this. The clean that you got, like the clean and jerk, that was the green light.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they just gave it to you?
No, it was actually it was awful now that, I mean, when I look back at it, I'm like, that was a terrible clean and jerk.
Yeah.
But it was actually a legitimate clean and jerk. The other two, I was like, that was a good lift. I only pressed it out a little bit. Like, it wasn't a lot of it. Now that I've become
a lot of it.
Now that I've become like a referee and I've watched and judged lifts, if I were to go back, I'd be like, yeah, please give me 3 white lights.
Okay.
I mean, 3 red lights.
Okay.
They gave me 2 white lights the first time. They gave me 2 red lights the second and the third time. And I was like, yeah, that should have been 3 red lights. But, it's fine. We grow, we learn.
Of course. Now you get to watch.
I have the benefit of understanding what it's like to be a pure beginner. And I think that is what makes me a good coach.
Okay.
Is because I was not naturally gifted in the sport of weightlifting.
Ooh. is anybody really do you feel like there's like when it comes to the sport of weightlifting, people are naturally gifted at it?
I don't know that they're naturally gifted, but I feel like it comes a lot easier. Like if you grew up in strength sports, let's say that you have a background in powerlifting or
bodybuilding or
something like that, or a sport in which you did like basketball or football where you did some of these movements before, I feel like it comes a lot easier because you're already stronger. When I first started weightlifting, I mean, I came from softball.
Okay.
We didn't do any of this. Like, we had coaches that were afraid to have us put barbells above our head because our shoulders were everything. So we squatted and that was it. We squatted and that was it.
Did you notice what I just did earlier? I think I just I was trying to do
it.
You were trying to ignore it? You were trying to ignore it for me?
I did.
You know what? I was like, damn, I'm going to ignore it too, but it's already on camera.
It is. And it should stay there. And I need you to point out the fact that I moved past that. And I just realized at that point when I brought it back up, I was like, I could have just put a different video on top of it. And just pretend like it. Go to a still shot of me lifting, and then come back. No, you didn't. But it's fine because that's what this is about. But I just want you to know, the pitching motion that you did it's a very weightlifter-esque pitching motion. It's okay. It's okay, Belinda. Oh.
How do I recover from this?
I'm glad that you're having fun. Okay. Yeah, so.
Thank you.
Pitching. So this is a prime example. Did you see that pitch? Weightlifters are not pitchers and pitchers are not weightlifters.
Yes, exactly. There we go.
Yeah. So I feel like, when you come in with the strength background or a gymnastics background where you are naturally mobile and when you have a body awareness, even if you're a beginner, I feel like those people progress a lot faster.
Okay.
I came in from softball. I knew how to sprint to first base. That was it.
Okay.
I didn't have a lot of strength. I didn't have a lot of mobility. And I feel like I truly had to, and I'm not saying that I was the only one that did this, but I truly have that background of coming in and someone telling me to squat, and I'm like, you want me to get below parallel?
Yeah.
You want me to put my hips to the ground? No. And I think that helps me understand and kind of relate to beginner weightlifters.
So that helps you with your coaching?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've been coaching the last 2.5 years. 2 years? Seriously, the last year I've been coaching.
I remember.
You remember that conversation?
I remember.
Okay.
Can we talk about?
We can talk about.
All right, let's talk about
Go ahead and put me on blast.
I'm not putting you on. I just asked permission.
You're right.
All right, I asked permission. Okay. So you've been coaching. You said 3.5 years.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Mm-hmm. So what was it that held you back from coaching? Being able to be I was seriously coaching for
me.
2.5. Okay.
Me. I felt so 2 things. I felt like I had to have achieved this status, this rank in the sport in order to be considered a coach. And I think that's a false narrative that a lot of people have. I need to be able to either lift the most or have made an international team or, be some high level athlete in order for that to translate over to being a coach. And I feel like that was my truth for a long time. And I had people that were coming to me asking me questions, and people that were, I even had someone that, she's still one of my lifters to this day, and she's like, hey, can you be my coach? And I was like,
I can show you how to do it, but I'm not your coach.
Like, me?
Yeah.
And I actually went to someone else, and I was like, do you think I'm ready to be a coach? And they're like, if you don't believe it, then no. And I was like, okay, all right, that's very fair. That's a good way to look at it. That's very fair. And I was like, do you think I'm ready to coach someone in a competition? And he told me, if you don't feel that you are, never tell them that.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's a good perspective. And I kind of changed my philosophy on, coaching and what it takes to be a good coach. And I think, Danny tells this story all the time. You don't have to be a good athlete to be a good coach.
Okay.
If you want to be a good coach, then be a good coach. And I think that helped me frame my confidence to do it. Now, when did I become like a coach and consider myself a coach? We sat one evening, and I told you about all these things that I wanted to do, and I was telling you my story and kind of what my future goals and my plans were. And after I talked to you for about 15 to 20 minutes, you just said, so why aren't you doing it?
Yeah, it's like, what happened? What are you waiting for? It's like, you're already doing it. Just do it.
Yeah. And I was like,
but like that story right there is the reason, like whenever I post you on my Instagram, I'm like, I put the goat emoji. I'm like, man, she the GOAT. But because like we had like that 15-minute conversation and you wasn't like, you know what, I'm gonna think about it and next week I'm gonna get started. Like you literally, like same day, like we didn't even change spots. You're like, you know what, I got my laptop right here. You reached over, grabbed the bag. Oh, boy, you're already working on the website.
Started working on the website and like, I was like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? People were like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's like, yo, and we set the date for the launch.
Yeah.
We set the launch date,
Yeah.
set date to get your photos taken. It was just like, and that's why I'm like, because not a lot of people could do that. Like I've had plenty conversations with a lot of people like, just go out and do your thing. Yeah, like a lot of people have excuses. Like even if you're like, yo, that's just an excuse, let's take that excuse away. Oh, now I got another excuse. It's like, fuck, that's an excuse too.
I got plenty of excuses.
Yeah. But like whenever we talk about anything, you're just like, all right, just go. Sometimes you just need that little chat.
You do. You need someone that's gonna hold you accountable. And I think a lot of these are things that I know that I can do and I know that I should be doing, but you need to have someone, like if you keep it to yourself, and this is what I used to do. I used to keep it to myself because if I articulated out loud, someone could check me on it. And I think that when I started, I'm like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. And in like 6 months, this is what I want to do. And you come back in 6 months and be like, so where are you? And I'd be like, okay, I got it. And so I think like just putting it out there and having that accountability, and people in my circle who are doing the same thing, not necessarily in the same way that I'm doing it, but they're putting themselves out there and they're building their brands and they're entrepreneurs. I think having those people in your circle that know the challenges, they understand that sometimes it gets frustrating and sometimes you have roadblocks, but they don't let you accept all of those things as excuses. They're like, yeah, we're gonna acknowledge that it's hard, but you're gonna do it.
If I could do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
But there's another side of that point where there's people that will cuddle you and like let you get comfortable with your excuses. And I feel like sometimes like we have the initiative and you go to somebody you trust, like, hey, you know what, I wanna do this coaching thing. And they're like, are you sure you're ready for that? Mm-hmm. And you're like, you know what? I don't think I'm ready for that. And then that pulls you back, and in the future, you're like, you know what? Even if you know you're ready, sometimes you don't want to go to somebody and tell them you're ready. And that's kind of like what I'm doing with this thing. Like I've been wanting to do this. And I'm like, fuck it, let's just go. Like I'm not really prepared. Like there's no microphone like recording us. It's just like, all right, we set this up Tuesday or Wednesday? It's just like,
random text message.
Yeah, just hey, you want to do this with me real quick? But this is actually like the second episode. Okay. And we're already improving. Like I got a second camera right here. You feel me?
I didn't see it there, but now that you pointed out, now I'm gonna be like,
you feel me? We already improving. So, but it's just the moral of the story is take the step.
And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Doesn't.
It does not. I think that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
You wait for the perfect time. You wait for the perfect opportunity. You want your product to be perfect.
Yes.
And it limits you from just learning as you go. I've already, in a year that I've owned my business, I have learned so much about, I should do that differently. And guess what? You can.
Yeah, you just next time. Yeah, exactly. You have that option. Yeah. And most people don't even realize you made a mistake.
No.
Like as a photographer, I hate 99% of the photos that I send out to people.
And here I'm like,
I'm nervous. nervous as shit when I send out a photo package. I'm like, damn, did I get the right angles? Did I send out enough? Like, is the colors right? Like the composite, like I worry about all that. I'm stressed out all the time.
But that says that you care about your
Exactly,
craft.
and that's why I'm like, at this point, I'm just embracing it. I'm like, nobody could really stop me because I'm like always trying to improve.
Yeah. And guess what? You send them out, and let's say someone comes back and like, I don't really feel this.
Okay, cool.
Okay, give me some feedback.
Yeah.
You can't get feedback until you
send it out. You don't know. There. Yeah. I mean, I've had somebody tell me like my photos. Like I took like a family session, took it. I was like, man, this is whatever. Sent it out because I do like all types of photography, and the dude was like, dude, I legitimately cried when I looked at these. I was like, oh shit, dude, like this is like some crazy shit, like, but
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. So we touched on like you feeling like you need to accomplish something to be a coach. Have you ever ran into an issue where like somebody didn't want you to coach them because like they didn't feel like, oh, you're not a medalist or you never made a USA team or anything like that?
I think the thing that comes to mind most often is male athletes look at me as a coach. If I don't lift as much as them, then I can't give them feedback on their technique or their form or help them improve. And I think that actually held me back for a little bit because I was like, well, there's nothing I can do, there's nothing I can teach, you know. But that's their problem, not mine. I actually had a guy comment one day. I posted one of my male athletes, and who, by the way, love him to death. He's not training with me anymore. I don't even think he's competing. But in like 6 months, I added like 30 kilos to his total. And these were like little things that I was able to help him fix. You don't have to be able to physically lift the weight to have an eye for technique and like what someone should be doing. And this guy was like, oh, well, I guess it's good to have, you know, an athlete with good genes just kind of fall in your lap. And I was like, yeah, that is good. That's not what happened here, but like, that is good. And he was, well, you can't really teach an athlete to lift weight that you've never lifted before. You just don't know how it feels. Wow. And I'm like, well, that's an interesting perspective. Do tell me more. Yeah. And he was just, you know, kind of going off the whole, like, if you've never been an elite athlete, you can't train elite athletes. If you haven't lifted 200 kilos, then you can't teach someone else how to get there. And I'm like, that's just not true.
That's really, like, because, like, if you're just you could be an elite level athlete and coach somebody, like, let's say you're a 73 kilo elite level athlete, then you retire and you become a coach, and you're coaching a super, like, a 96 or whatever, like, that guy's he's gonna lift more than you've ever lifted. So that whole thing is just kind of.
And it's also like coaching, not like the biomechanics and exercise program, but the coaching is an art. Yeah. It's not a science. And coaching different people, you have to coach everyone differently. Though my coaching philosophy and my training philosophy, I'm a technician by trade. I'm about technique. Like, I don't care how much you can lift. If you can't lift it efficiently and effectively, then I don't need you to put it on the bar. Okay. So I've embraced that I'm a technician. And like sometimes, you know, athletes will be like, look, PR, and I'm like, great.
That was ugly.
Okay, great. I mean, like,
she's not gonna say that, but I'll say it. That was like, trash. Take that shit off.
Make it pretty. Like, I don't like.
She said like, honestly, like I like people who are just straightforward. Yeah. Like, I don't need you to be like, oh, you know, that was good, but let's just kind of try a little. I don't like that. Just be like, yo, that shit wasn't it.
My favorite one is I'll look at you and be like, no, that wasn't it. Yeah. Fix it.
Period.
Fix it. And because you give the fluff and you give all the cues. I really like that you did this and you did that. And then I'm like, but can you? I've already forgotten.
Yeah, like
I've already forgotten. I'm like, just tell me
exactly what I need.
Exactly what I need you, and only give it to me in a short sentence.
Just one sentence, one cue.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's move on.
Yeah, and if a great athlete will be like, okay, cool, I'll take it. Some athletes need you to like bring out a whiteboard and
X's and O's.
Yeah, X's and O's, YouTube videos. You gotta do all this shit, but like you just gotta. I don't know. I feel like that's too much stuff.
It's all about communication, though. Like how I communicate with one athlete is very different than how I communicate with another athlete. I have one athlete who nitpicks every single thing he does, and I'm like, that was 2 kilos under your vest.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here? And then I have another athlete who is like, 2 white lights.
We
did it. We good.
It counts. Hey, C's get degrees, baby. Come on. You know how it goes.
Yeah,
C's
absolutely.
C's get degrees.
Hey,
baby.
just let me pass. I'm so ready to be out of school. So I started out my degree and I was like, I'm gonna have the best dissertation ever. I'm like, it's gonna win a dissertation award. I wanna get a grant. It's gonna be excellent. Now I just be like, can I just be done? I just want to check.
You want to put that last period on that thing and just sit it off.
Okay. You just say it's okay, and then she passed. Like, I don't need it to be perfect at this point.
It's just been that long, huh?
Okay.
I feel you, man. I mean, I dropped out of college, but well,
yeah, that's fine.
I got kicked out, but
same thing. You know what though? This is gonna be so controversial because I work in higher education.
Okay.
And I want to be a professor, and I want to teach people in college. So like, I need people to go to college and stay there so I can have a job.
Yeah.
I don't believe that college is for everyone.
It's not.
And I mean, like, people are like, you need to go to school, and I'd be like, but you might not. Like,
I didn't want to go to college. You know, let me tell you why I'm not. I'm gonna be honest, okay? Financial aid check.
Okay. I thought you was gonna say something else, but it's fine.
No. It wasn't for the ladies.
Okay.
The ladies was not checking for me back then. Woo! It was not checking for me. Well, I was too broke for ladies, but I was trying to keep my lights on.
But the financial aid check helped with the ladies, like, you know?
Ooh, let me tell you, I got that first financial aid check, but I tore down the Polo store.
Oh.
Polo kids?
You just told people how old you were. I just want you to know.
Nah, I don't think they'll be able to figure it out.
Well, they're not gonna know what that is, and then they're gonna be like, that must have been an old thing.
Polo, people still wear polo.
They don't go to the polo store though.
Maybe.
They order it online. I don't know that there is a polo store anymore. Anyway, I digress. I think this is supposed to be about weightlifting.
Okay, let's do it. All right, cool.
Because I'm the same age. That's why I need to move on from this conversation.
All right, let's talk. We're gonna talk about the photograph that I posted, I think, like 2 weeks ago of you.
Yeah.
The one with the caption. I said, "This is the best photograph I've ever taken." Now I want to explain that, right? So, like you alluded to, like being a female coach in this space. Like on my Instagram, it's always like, "Yo, we need more female coaches. We need more female coaches and more female athletes." Like it never resonated with me. Mm-hmm. Like I could not grasp it because you're a female coach. My coach is female. Like in Florida, like damn near every gym has a female coach. So when we went to that national level meet and I took that photo, like I was just like going through the photos and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's what's like, this is what everybody saw. And that's why it's like, that photo was like, it brought it home. And for me, that's what photography is supposed to be about. And that's why it's the greatest photo. Yeah. At least to me. Most people probably won't get it, but for me.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, just glancing at the photo, you probably won't
get the context.
Won't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been teaching. So I got into the fitness industry. I was teaching group fitness classes.
Okay.
And it reminded me of like a typical group fitness studio where you got dumbbells, like 2.5 pound dumbbells, all the way up to 15, and 15 is the heavy dumbbell.
Get the 15 guys, and you're like doing the curl with the
and
step
I'm like,
up.
Yeah. And I'm like, that is what we used to do, and we taught women that like you don't need to lift a lot of weight. You need to be, 2.5. We need to tone. If I hear that one more time.
That's the thing. It's like that's the Instagram thing. It's like if you lift weights, you're gonna get bulky, or right? That's what everybody's saying on.
I just want to tone. Well, tone what? What do you want to tone?
But duh, obviously I want to sell stuff on Instagram.
I just want to do barbell hip thrust.
Oh, reverse
reverse
lunges with the camera, right?
Yeah, and then I want to do the stair climber and then do the kickback thing.
All right, you're gonna get canceled. You're gonna cancel your ass. That was not me, cancel culture. All those Instagram models are gonna come at you. They're not gonna watch this. Don't worry, we safe.
We put it in the middle.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not gonna get to this part. Like this right here, I'll be surprised if anybody hear this part. We should tell like a funny joke. You know, jokes.
I don't know jokes.
Okay, cool. Let's not do that.
I'm not funny.
Let's not do that.
I actually, in real life, I think I'm the funniest person ever. But it's all like I just say the first thing that comes to my mind, and people are like dying laughing. And I was like, but I was actually very serious about what I said. And people are like, oh, Anaja's so funny. And I was like, no, I was actually being serious. And they're like, she was roasted. No, I was actually telling the truth. But okay.
What she's saying is she likes to crack jokes on people. People are like, oh,
I just say what comes to my mind.
Like, oh, he really looks like that. I was joking. He really okay, I'm sorry. This is...
See, this is why we can't get together. Okay, so this reminds me. I was a rule follower growing up. I'm a rule follower.
Okay.
I am a rule follower to the T.
Okay.
I am a rule follower.
Okay.
I don't like to veer off. I'd be like, no, that's what they said, that's what I did.
Okay.
But in school, like if we were like classmates, in
Oh
school.
my God. We would be in, I know I was sitting in the back of the class.
I sat in the front.
Why would you sit in the front?
Because I was a rule follower. I told you, but if you were in my class, I feel like we'd get into so much trouble.
Yeah, but you couldn't sit in the front.
But I would go and sit with you.
Exactly. Okay, so, okay.
Yeah, and I feel like we'd get into a lot of trouble.
I did get into it. I didn't get to major trouble, but I got into it.
Do you like to talk?
It depends.
Okay.
It depended on the class. I usually tell people I'm not a class clown, I'm a class entertainer. Because clowns make an ass of themselves.
Oh, I've never heard it put that way.
I just made that up.
Okay.
Just now, I've never,
Can you put that on a t-shirt?
Can we put that on a t-shirt? I got a face we can put on it too.
Oh.
All right,
Okay, that's fine. Is this about weightlifting still?
It is.
Okay.
Surprisingly, it was about weightlifting because I'm a rebel. But yes, we probably would have gotten in trouble. Your shirt, right? That's from, I forgot the name.
Few Will Hunt.
So we're gonna take that and we're gonna go into inclusion.
Yeah.
Because inclusion matters, right?
All the time.
And that transition is because we did a shoot, part of their campaign. So like, what would you, like you were part of it, like what did that mean to you to be a part of, like just from that campaign and the stuff you're doing with USAW?
Yeah. So I came across Few Will Hunt a couple of years ago. Actually, a friend of mine who's a weightlifter started posting about them. And their mission is all about hard work. I think one of their taglines is restore the dignity of hard work.
Okay.
I tell people all the time that nothing can take the place of just putting your head down and grinding for something. I'm not going to go on my soapbox right now about the new generation who wants to go from zero to the CEO penthouse overnight. But if you want something, you have to be willing to do the work. And the work is going to be hard. And the work is going to require long hours. And the work is not going to be glamorous. You know, you're a weightlifter, we're in here Sunday. We don't just snatch and clean and jerk and go on competition platforms and be like, oh, look what I did. There is so much work that goes into that every day. The sleep, the recovery, the nutrition, the training when you don't feel like it, when your friends are out drinking and partying and you're like, no, I got a training session in the morning, so I can't do this. Like, that is the hard work that I don't think anyone talks about.
Yeah.
And so this brand is all about, you know, the results come from hard work. It comes from doing the job, doing the task that no one else really wants to do, or that no one really wants to talk about. And so I started following this brand just to kind of see where they went, see what they, you know, talked about. And one of the things that I wanted to see more of is more people of color representing this brand. And so I talked to one of the owners who is a gem of a person. Like, he is so awesome, so authentic, you know, just, he's about business, he's about promoting, and he, you know, him and I talked about being a brand ambassador, and so that's what I did, and that was the shoot that we did. And it represents, for me, if you want something, no one's gonna do that work for you. If you see someone at the top of their game, it's not because they just woke up. There's a shirt that I have that says, luck favors hard workers. Like, it's funny how those that work the hardest have the best luck. And I'm like, that's an interesting, you know, phrase. So that's what this is about. Life hits hard, we hit harder. Yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, I'm really big on Nipsey Hussle. That's my dude, and he has a line on one of his songs where he's like, how long till hard work meet preparation, right? Yeah, that's and it's kind of like the same thing. It's just like sometimes like the opportunity will fall on your lap, but if you're not ready for it, it doesn't matter. Like somebody could give you like a whole company, like, hey, go run this company, but if you've never ran a company before, it doesn't matter. And it's kind of the same thing with like my whole little photography journey, where I'm lucky enough to kind of be the main guy at the Florida State Championship, but that came from just like kind of being prepared. It looked like it fell in my lap because, you know, my coach, like I got a couple people on the board, but there was a time where I was taking pictures at this gym. Like we did a local meet here. We had no idea how to charge people. Like, we didn't know how to like keep track of the athletes. There was way less lights in here. It was dark, but we came in, it was me and Matt. We did a professional job. We treated everybody with respect. And it was like, we're getting paid like $25 per. And from that, we just kind of grew, but it was the steps and the fact that we didn't shit on the little things. A lot of people look at like, oh, it's just, I'll slack off. I'm just gonna slack off. It's not that important. It's not the big thing, but like, you're not gonna get the big opportunities if you're treating the little things like shit. You gotta build up to it. My dad always told me, you never know who's in the audience watching.
Yo, Piro's showed up to that.
There's a photo that people keep circulating. It's like, imagine you taking your opening lift and
Like, he was here, like, you know, like, you never know who's gonna show up.
My dad used to get dressed up to go to the grocery store.
I need to start doing that.
He would get like, I mean, nice button up, and I'm like, is it button up or button down?
I button down. I think it depends on how you do it. I think that's how it should be. Like, some people button up, some people button down. You button down? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I button up. Anyway, so my dad would go, and we'd always be like, you know, he bald head, he always shave. Smell good, and I'm like, why are you dressing up to go to the grocery store? He's like, you never know who's going to be in the line. You never know who you're going to run into. He's like, I always have my business cards, and I'm always halfway presentable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I've kind of taken that mentality into all of the other things that I'm doing. I always want to be, I think one day you asked me some question about my website, about how people, or how someone can contact me, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I went home and like added a contact me page on my Instagram, because that's all I had at the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, how can you have to be prepared and do the little things day in, day out, and prepare yourself for when that big thing shows up in your lap. Because you never know when it's going to.
So we can take that's in weightlifting. So if you're a weightlifter, whatever you're doing in weightlifting, apply it to life. Like you can't just come to the gym and max out every day.
No.
Because you're probably gonna injure yourself. Yes.
It's gonna be recipe for disaster, but it's fine. You also have to come to the gym and max out every day to learn that lesson.
Okay. Or you could just listen to your coach.
It don't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same.
So you're saying sometimes you have to fail?
Sometimes you have to fail.
Okay, sometimes you have to fail.
You don't have to fail.
Okay.
But for some people, failure is the best teacher.
Yeah, true.
When you are at rock bottom, whatever rock bottom is, and you have no way out, sometimes for people that's the best teacher. And I'm not saying that I'm at rock bottom, but like sometimes you get to a place where
you're stuck.
You're like, how do I get myself out of this? And you have to rely on doing the little things day in, day out to get yourself back. Yeah. So sometimes you come in and max out. See how that feels after 6 months. I have an athlete.
This is gonna be good. She leaned forward. I hope he ain't watching.
I hope he's watching.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you his Instagram tag. Because we laugh about it now. I laugh because I'm like, you figured it out.
Okay.
He would misread his program.
Okay.
And he would stay hurt. He stayed hurt for almost a year. Because he would like misread his program, be hitting 95% lifts every week, then go on vacation, come back, be at 95%. I'm like, dude, it's called periodization for a reason. There are different periods, and you have to follow that. And then I would get a video, look what I did. Well, your program's at 80%, so how'd you max out? It felt good, so I went up. Yeah, but snatches weren't even on the program. Do as I say, not as I do.
I'm not even gonna.
I didn't max out either. It was just 90% of something that wasn't on my program today, but it's fine. They felt good, so I went up.
Sometimes you gotta max out to know what it feels like.
I needed to feel it, and I put it over my head. I was like, ooh, that's heavy. And I was like, I think we're done. I moved on.
You did.
I moved on. I was like, oh, I felt it. I made it. It's good. Got it. It's there. And I moved on. Then I had heavy doubles, and I was like, ooh, I'm pretty sure.
These doubles are supposed to be fresh legs.
I'm pretty sure he wrote those first, because he wanted those fresh.
Not only did he write those first, the snatches weren't second or third. They were just not there today. But
but when Valence called you for a Saturday training session.
Okay. I'll take the blame.
I'm not blaming. No excuses. I just said.
But you gotta show up. You knew the camera was gonna.
Camera was wrong.
Okay.
Did y'all want to see 5x2 heavy doubles?
Come on, don't nobody want to see that.
Or did y'all want to see 90% snatches?
Come on, man. Everybody know we want to see the heavy doubles.
Dang, that's not what I thought was happening. That is not what I thought was happening. I thought we was on the same page.
We are. We're telling jokes. Remember we told y'all it was a classic.
We're not gonna talk about that 103 and you're supposed to be at 95.
Listen, man. All right. We good. Let's start talking about things we don't need to be talking about on this podcast. What's your favorite song? Tell me why you love Beyonce. I need to talk about what I'm basing.
Favorite hype song?
My favorite hype song, Meek Mill's intro from his first album. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was fit.
Oh, that's a throwback. Yeah. I can appreciate that. What? I can appreciate that.
Listen, J-Dog, if you're watching this, I promise you, if you put that song on, I will PR. Period.
I'll make sure I have that.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was fit.
Is that how
that's it. I'll probably just rap on the platform. I might not even live. The whole minute would be gone. Like, damn, clock ran out. There was a hype part.
Above your knees.
Nah, I probably won't even do that shit. But that shit, boy, once that thing hit. Yeah. All right.
Music is, it changes. I can pretty much get down to anything old school Wayne.
Okay.
Anything pre-2010.
That's what, Carter 2.
Yeah. I could get with Carter 3.
Okay.
But Carter 2, I even go back, I mean, because I'm from New Orleans.
No.
So I go back to 504 Boys and...
We the 504 boys. What? We the 504 boys.
What? Yeah. That was the good days. The new Wayne.
Was he on 504 Boys? I thought that was just like a whole bunch of people that...
Yeah, he was there.
He
was
was?
there. Cash Money. Yeah, he was there. Yeah. That was when music made sense. Am I showing my age?
I think we both just fucked up. Yo, they don't even remember when... Nah, let's stop.
They'll be like, the 504.
Yeah, it's like, wait, that's not even like a popular song.
No, it wasn't even it was one of their bigger hits though.
I liked it, but you had to be in the hood to hear that one. You had to watch the box.
Yeah.
To hear that one.
VH1. Saturday morning video, music video.
I never really rocked with VH1. I was a BT kind of guy.
Oh, well, not too.
Yeah, I used to have it. I don't know why I never liked VH1 until because when I was growing up, I didn't really like anything but rap. And VH1 used to kind of show rock and roll and stuff.
I tell you, I love country, love the rock and roll.
No, I love it now. I love country music. We talked about this the other day. I love country music too. Don't judge me. Y'all judging the shit out of me.
They did just judge you. It's okay. Country music is okay too.
Yeah.
I love it.
I also like Kodak Black.
We can like more than one genre.
It's okay to like, all that. Yeah.
Venture out.
You could be I'm diverse.
Okay, diverse.
You should not diversify.
Diversify your life.
And your music.
And your Spotify playlist. Not sponsored.
No, fuck that. Spotify, send me my check. That's 2 checks. I said your name, she said your name.
Yeah.
So
that too.
Yeah.
I'll take royalties every time this gets played.
Shit, I'll just take a fucking t-shirt. I like t-shirts. Give me a Spotify t-shirt. I'm okay with it.
So what's next for you?
Alright, so road to nationals. We still on the road to nationals.
Okay.
I got my numbers in my head. I'm really I've been saying road to nationals for a year, but last month I realized I was just bullshitting. I was just saying it. And this year came around and it was like, damn, I was expecting nationals to be close to November, December. And it's middle of the year. I'm like, damn, all right, I guess we'll just do it next year. So I was just kind of, I eased off and I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Road to nationals right now. So working on that. I want to be a lifter and a photographer at nationals. So I want to do both. So I need my media pass and my athlete badge. Phil. Tell Phil this.
Hey, Phil.
Tell Phil to hit.
Phil is following me now on Instagram, so I'm gonna tell him.
Ooh, tell Phil to holler at. You know what? Off-camera conversation.
Yeah,
I need some things from.
USAW.
Yeah. The whole organization. You feel me? Come on. Hey, come on, man. Snappy Patchy, baby. All right, so that. YouTube, this is going on YouTube, I think, hopefully. More swag, I gotta get some more shirts. Instructional videos for photography.
That would be huge.
Yeah, I got a whole setup right here.
Okay.
So
we gotta get it out of here.
Oh, this is all part of the rollout. Everything is step by step, So yeah, I got so I got this thing, so I could do all that.
See you too over there.
So yeah, I think got a new website coming, in a couple days, all that. Just rebrand and grow. States, we're gonna be at States soon, in a month.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, in 6 weeks we'll be doing things.
Yeah, walking a couple miles, like 10 miles. I think I probably walked around 10 miles at States last year. Just back and forth.
The annual event of Floridians putting heavy things
Over
above
their
their
head.
head.
Yes.
You should be there.
You should, if you're from Florida and you're a lifter, just pull up. I mean, if you're not a lifter and you want to watch people lift, pull up.
It'd be great.
It's going to be fun. We have some amazing lifters in Florida.
Florida is competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida's good. That's why I became a coach.
Oh!
No. Actually, only just a little bit kidding.
Okay.
Only just a little bit kidding. But yeah.
All right.
I wish that I had found this sport like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I wish I never started CrossFit and I just started here. Like, I wish it was like this, you know? But I'm grateful for CrossFit and I'm grateful for my journey.
Yeah, it's been fun. It has been fun. It has inspired me to get out of my comfort zone a lot. And it's inspired me to be able to make connections like this.
Yes.
And I'm thankful for that. Like, I can't imagine where I'd be without finding the community of weightlifting here, locally in Florida, and the organization. USAW has been great, like getting the opportunity to advance weightlifting in the collegiate space.
Okay.
I serve on a committee, and our goal right now is to increase visibility of Olympic weightlifting at the collegiate level. So building collegiate weightlifting teams.
Okay.
Hopefully to be an NAIA recognized sport, and then maybe, you know, an NCAA sport. That's the goal.
Now that's hard.
Yeah.
That'd be tight.
COVID kind of screwed that up last year because then like everything shut down and like universities didn't really have people on campus and stuff. But this year we're getting a little bit more traction, and the hope is to do some regional collegiate invitationals.
Okay.
So inviting, 10, 15 colleges and just doing a battle of the college, if you will.
Yo, let me tell you something. I'll get some HBCUs on that thing.
Yes.
That'll be fire. I want to see Bethune show up. Let me
That's
stop.
not
Let me
weightlifting.
stop. I know, but they're gonna show up like that anyway.
You're right.
Let me stop. I
You're
probably just got in trouble. I mean, probably somebody went like, man, you doing no basketball.
Don't edit that out. Please don't.
I'm not. None of this shit is getting edited.
Oh,
It's
that's great.
I might cut out some of the beginning, maybe, but I don't give a fuck.
Can you do the camera check though? Can you keep that in there?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
I like that. Okay, cool. Man, see, this was all work. So that's what's next for you? Just you got coaching kilos.
Coaching kilos.
Let's give me a good 2-3 minutes of what's that looking like in the future.
I have 3 things that I'm working on right now. I want to build a platform for getting more women of color into Olympic weightlifting.
Okay.
I want to see more women getting into this sport and competing that look like me. I go to competitions and a lot of times I don't see black and brown women competing. And it's not because they can't, it's just I feel like lack of exposure.
I was just about to say that. It's not in our face.
It's not, and you don't have a lot of black and brown female coaches.
Yeah.
And so that is one of the things that I feel really passionate about. We need more women of color athletes. We need more women of color to be coaches. The second thing I want to start building is an online resource or tool for nutrition coaching.
Okay.
I feel like food is fuel, and I had a weight loss journey about 2 years ago that really propelled me in the sport of weightlifting. Over the course of about 8 months, I lost about 35 pounds, just not through cardio. We don't lose weight through cardio. We lose weight through proper eating, and fueling our body, and strength training. And that's what I did. Okay. And I move better, I sleep better, I feel better, I feel more confident. there was a time where I wouldn't wear shorts to the gym. Now it's like I feel better about me, and it's not all physical. It's mental. You just feel good, and I feel like when you feel good, you do better in life.
Okay.
That thing, it just changed. I don't know what you know. I felt like an alien just.
Let me see. I don't know if that was just like the record limit or if it's, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's just dead.
Oh, okay. Goodbye. Anyway, so that's number 2. And then number 3 is I want to be more involved in the sport of weightlifting, and so me as a coach. And an educator. I'm an educator by trade, by nature. That's what I do. And so helping with presentations, seminars, research. I love research.
Do you though?
I do.
Okay.
I love doing research. That's why I want to get a PhD.
Okay.
I love doing research.
That makes sense.
Research and writing and presenting, that's my thing. I'm an educator. I like learning something,
And then
learning
giving
it
it
really well, and then teaching someone
Okay.
else. And whatever the topic is, doesn't really matter to me. I mean, to a certain extent it does. Like, I need to know what I'm talking about, but like, just that process. I learn, I gather, I put it together, and then I teach other people. That's my life's mission.
Damn. That's dope.
Very simply put.
That's dope.
That's coaching kilos. I'm gonna do some branding. I'm gonna do some t-shirts.
So like, I think one of the things that I really want to like point out here is you got to be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people want to see more coaches. A lot of people want to see more female athletes, and like black and brown. Like, we want to see that, but we don't.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing yourself to make that happen? Like, could you be an athlete? Could you be a coach? Could you encourage somebody else to go and be an athlete?
Mentorship is important.
Mentorship?
Mentorship is important. Yeah, taking someone under your wing, answering their questions, giving them the little push that they need. I had that.
Yeah.
I still have that. And I think it's so important that we, as we're progressing and moving up the ladder, that we reach back and bring other people with us.
Oh my God,
girl. I stole that from somebody, but no cred. I don't know who it was from, but it's good.
I mean, they probably stole it from somebody too. They got that.
So anyway, that's what's next.
They probably got that from OLY. So.
Great lyricist, pre-2015.
Listen, I know some people that like, man, he's still the best.
He's still
good.
I don't know if
he was great back then.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was.
All right, cool, man. I swear I had something else to say. It was something good too. Oh, reaching back. That's what I be trying to do, man. That's what
You do a really great job of that. I've seen you develop other photographers, other creatives, and I've seen you give your time to mentor and develop other people. And I think that's so important.
It's my goal. Like, I don't want to do this shit by myself.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of doing, like, why do it by yourself when you could do it with a group?
Yeah.
You feel me? It's like everybody, and we could just have fun.
And when you get to the point where you can teach someone else, that's how you know you've truly mastered your craft. So that's what we're striving to be.
Let's go.
Masters of our craft.
Masters of the craft. Slap my hand. Ooh, bring it back. Ooh, you wasn't.
I was just like, let me see what I can slap the hand again.
Yeah, it just came out. You feel me? It was the heart pump. I be saying, I felt like Chris Brown just then.